So Melody, then I need another intervention because I definitely have the platinum one. And but let me
Now
tell
that
you,
may help you on travel and some other things,
it
like you can
definitely helps on
upgrade.
travel. That's the
Yeah,
my
it
first issue.
does.
But I had a conversation with someone. I'm gonna shout him out, and hopefully he's not shamed. William Clyburn, who is Congressman Clyburn's nephew, told me when I was starting my firm, he was like, Angela, you can't whip out no debit card when you're in this industry. Like, you have to have a credit card and it has to be a good one. I was like, oh, I can get a Platinum American Express. He's like, that's good. So to me, the cost of the card every year, you recoup in like all the benefits from fine hotels or
Correct.
whatever the travel stuff is. You might disagree with me, Melody, but that's why I've had it. The problem is now the interest rate is high. I don't pay it off every month, and that interest rate is high, and the balance that I'm carrying on is high. So that's not good. When in a season like this, can you renegotiate interest rates on cards?
You cannot, but the card rates should be coming down unless you have a checkered credit history. Because
No, I
the
don't.
Fed
My
funds
credit score is good. It's been good for the
Okay.
last 15 years.
So you're probably going to see your interest rate come down some because the Federal Reserve dropped interest rates.
Okay.
Money is practically free.
Yeah.
It's called the Fed funds rate. So right now, the amount of money that banks charge each other overnight is between 0 and 0.25%.
Yeah.
That rate does affect things like home equity line of credit, auto loans. It affects credit cards, not instantaneously, but those rates will start to come down. So you'll start to probably see a better interest rate on your credit card. But you can also call the credit card company, especially if you have good credit, and ask if you can get a better rate.
Okay.
If you're carrying a balance right now and this is going to be very true for a lot of people, I would love you to pay off that whole amount every month. Not realistic in this environment.
Yeah.
At minimum, if you can, and if you can't, you're going to call your bank and tell them, at minimum, pay the minimum.
Yeah.
So that your credit score doesn't take a ding during this and then your interest rates go up.
Yeah.
So at minimum, pay the minimum. I don't like minimum payments because over time, it takes you years to pay off the debt, years and years. But right now, Rome is burning, as I've said before, pay the minimum. If you can't pay the minimum, get in front of it. Don't do that. I'm not looking at the bill and it's sitting there. Call the credit card company and say, here's my situation.
Yeah.
What can we do?
Yeah. What about, because you brought up home equity lines of credit, what about refinancing homes in this climate? Is that good to do?
You want to refinance for sure. Mortgage rates, they're not directly tied to the Fed funds rate, but they move directionally in the same place. And mortgage rates right now, a 30-year fixed rate or mortgage on average is somewhere around 3.2%. A 15-year is in the twos, the mid twos. You can, first of all, save a lot of money on your monthly payment. If you can refinance, that would be a very good idea. Okay. Very good. That's more money in your pocket right now. The other thing is, if you're going to buy something, if you can look at buying it versus renting. The affordability of a home to buy right now is pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
$1,000 mortgage is somewhere in the neighborhood of a $200,000 house.
Mm-hmm.
So for a 30-year mortgage, that's very
good.
affordable. And that includes insurance and some of the taxes that you have to pay. So that's all in $1,000. That's really, really, really affordable.